Hey there folks, it's Matthias Carlson here. In this last year, I've lost 105 pounds, and today I'm going to be talking about the mindset I had and mindset versus motivation. So let's get into it. Alright, so guys, in my last video, I went over the three main components of my weight loss journey. That was mindset, diet, and the gym and exercise. And upon filming that video and editing that video, I realized that there's a lot more to go into in these topics. And so I'm going to create videos about each of those three topics, today's being the mindset. In that video, I mentioned how mindset is different than motivation, and so we're going to kind of start off with that. But yeah, mindset is different than motivation. People can be motivated by many different things. They can see a cool edit on YouTube. They can, hate themselves like I did. It's a terrible and sad thing. And I'm so glad I'm past that, because life is way too short to spend any time of it hating yourself, okay? You're an awesome person who can achieve awesome things. There's no reason to hate yourself, okay? You can be motivated by a ton of different things, okay? But a mindset is a state of being. Motivation is a temporary feeling. So if you have a mindset and you are just in that state of being, it will trump all the days that you're not motivated. Because let's be honest, doing hard things, it's very hard to be motivated to do them all the time, because life will get in the way. Life always does get in the way. But if you are in just a state of being that is pushing you towards your goals, you don't even need motivation. Being in the state of being that requires no motivation breeds discipline, and discipline will trump motivation any day of the week. Okay? You gotta understand that. Someone who's disciplined will always achieve their goals, and someone who is motivated might achieve their goals. Okay? Because you can be motivated and do great things. People are motivated and do great things all the time. But someone who's disciplined at doing the things that work will always achieve their goals, no matter what. Someone who's motivated to, we can hope their motivation holds on long enough for them to achieve their goals, but someone who's disciplined, there is no other option than achieving their goals if they're disciplined. Okay? So that's a very important thing to understand. Mindset is different than motivation. And again, a mindset is a state of being. Motivation is a temporary feeling. Now, the mindset that I had to lose over 100 pounds was just wanting it that badly, okay? Wanting it that badly. And now what does that mean? That means that I would go to bed some nights just angry I don't have my goals yet and be like, come on, man. And I just wanted it that badly. And I'm just like sitting there going, I want my goals, man. This is the only thing I want right now, and I don't have it, and it makes me upset. Now, you got to be careful with that. Being angry all the time is no way to live, and I wasn't angry all the time either. But there would be times, man, where I'm just like, I want my goals, and you have to want it that badly. And what that really means is when you're faced with adversity, you ask yourself the hard question of, do I want my goals or do I want the easy way out? Like I said in the last video, I work in construction. So when I would come home after a 10-hour shift and an hour-long drive from site, what do you think I naturally wanted to do? Do you think I naturally wanted to eat a tiny pre-workout meal, because I was obviously cutting, and then go and lift weights for 2 hours and then do cardio after? Or do you think I naturally wanted to lie down or sit on the couch? I naturally wanted to do nothing at all. Okay? But I wanted my goals way more than I wanted to relax and have a break. Relaxing and having a break is for when you've achieved your goals. That's the bottom line. And you haven't achieved your goals yet, so there is no relaxing. And I know it sounds brutal and hard and like a lot of work, and that's exactly right. It's brutal, hard, and a lot of work. You have to know what you want. And if your goal is to have your dream body, then you have to want it that badly. And if you want your dream body more than anything else, then you will always be looking that way. And if you're like, well, dude, of course I want my dream body. No. Your dream body is achievable, and you just have to want it that badly. You have to want it more than that chocolate bar, than that pizza, than lying on the couch, all of it. Because if you want your dream body, you also end up wanting all the things that come along with it. That's how you become disciplined, is wanting the goal and all the things that come along with it. So I wanted to eat right. I wanted to work out every day. I wanted to hit my cardio. I wanted to get good sleep. And doing those things every single day and being disciplined in those things helped me to achieve my goal of losing over 100 pounds. But if you're still kind of asking yourself, okay, I want it, but I don't, it's all hard, and I want it, but like the way you're describing it sounds a lot more intense and driven. So how do I get myself to that? This answer is different for everyone. There's one thing in particular I only had to do once, and then I was like kind of dialed in. And that's going back to feelings like you never want to feel again. And searching back in your mind of someone saying to you, man, not only are you an insufferable person, but you're also disgustingly ugly. Going, oh, wow, okay. I can change how I look, but apparently I'm insufferable, so that's cool. And then them going, but you'd be a lot easier to hang out with if you just weren't so fat. And going, oh, that's great. Okay. And then, obviously you're sitting there at 2 a.m. going, man, that was horrible. And I never want to go through that again. I never want anyone to say that to me ever again. You're thinking, well, what does that? Achieving your dream body and looking the way that you deep down do want to look. Well, make sure that never happens again. Then yeah, you're going to want it that badly. And if you're fortunate enough to have never gone through a situation like that, then there's some other things you can do as well. And that'll look like another thing you can do, and partially what I did is going back to the last time you wanted something that badly. Okay? And I mean, hey, maybe you're an older person who you can't really remember the last time you wanted something that badly before. Because I mean, hey, you've done good, all right? The house, shelter is taken care of. You got a pretty good job that you're okay with. You got a running vehicle. Your kids are happy. Your wife's happy. Your husband, whatever. And you're just like, I've kind of achieved everything I thought I wanted. Like, what is that feeling of wanting something that badly again? And I just got to say, like, truly search back in your memory to the last time you wanted something that badly. And whether that's when you were 16 and you wanted to buy that car or truck, and you were like, yeah, man, I wanted a truck so bad. I wanted to drive around with my friends, listen to music. And so I worked like a horse all summer long to save up enough money to buy that car. I do remember that summer. I was taking every extra shift I could. I was getting as much overtime as I could. And man, like, there were days I sweat and bled, but I got that truck. Then yeah, go back to that. Remember those feelings and apply it to achieving your dream body. Yeah, dude, I'm prepared to do whatever it takes, the maximum, and even above that all the time. Then that'll very much so put you in the mindset of wanting it that badly and being driven towards it that badly. Now, if you're kind of sitting there asking yourself, okay, well, I clearly, I don't got to be as driven and determined to lose weight, right? Like, you're describing a very intense state of being in. Do I really got to do all that? And the answer is no. You don't really have to. But here's what's going to happen to the guy who doesn't want it that badly. The guy who doesn't want it that badly is, like I said before, he's going to get tripped up with life. You're going to be going maybe Monday through Friday. You did great. You worked out, stuck to your meal plan, said no to all the junk food, and Saturday rolls around. Your friends ask you to go out. and you're like, okay, I'll save up calories throughout the day, and I'll only get an appetizer, and I'll only have one drink, and it'll be, a vodka soda, because that's the lowest calorie there is. And so you get out there, you order your vodka soda, and you guys are looking over the menu, and you get your vodka soda, and you're like, that's lovely. That's tastes like sparkling nail polish remover. I love that. Obviously, you don't love that, and so stay hydrated, guys. That vodka soda is lovely. This sparkling nail polish remover is just fantastic. But whatever, I'm staying to my goals. And then your friends are going, dude, what are you getting? You're like, oh, I think just the 5 wings. They're like, what? Come on, man, we're out to eat. 5 wings? Are you serious? You're like, yeah, pretty much. And they're like, oh, come on, man. And again, you don't want it you don't want your goals that badly. And so you kind of sit there and go, wow, I did pretty good this week. I do really want a burger. So you order the burger. The food comes and you're like, okay, this sparkling nail polish remover tastes disgusting. Get that out of here. I'll get a beer or margarita or whatever. All of a sudden, you turn a low-calorie outing to a over-calorie day, right? That was Saturday night. Sunday, you're like, well, I was on point all week. Had the burger last night. I'll have a bit, today, and I'll get back on it Monday. And so that's fine. You get back on it Monday, but then Wednesday rolls around and you had a hard day at work, right? Your boss was being annoying. You had deadlines to meet and you had to stay a little extra late. So you're like, don't have enough time for the gym, and do I really want to cook? I don't want to cook. I'll pick up some food on the way home. And again, you're way over calories that day, and you didn't get your workout in because you just didn't want it that badly. You didn't want to do all the things that produce your goal that badly. And slowly, it just deteriorates and falls apart, and all of a sudden, you're totally off plan. You're going nowhere towards your goal. That's what happens if you don't want it that badly. So you gotta want it that badly. So then I'll tell you about the guy who wins. The guy who wins is the guy who wants it that badly, who is disciplined day in and day out. And slowly but surely, he's getting 1-2% better every single day. And look at that. After 3 months, he's a completely new man because he was disciplined. Hey, it took me 8 months to lose 105 pounds. That was just discipline. That was doing it every day. Now, I will be honest. Okay, I didn't ever program cheat days into my weeks, but mom's birthday, had some food. Now, I did the kind of unhealthy thing and didn't eat at all the day before. Didn't eat until the birthday dinner thing, and then didn't eat the day after. So I was very much so on deficit. That's not the healthiest thing to do. Like, don't starve yourself. Just be consistent, because consistency of eating good just wins. And then there's Christmas through there. Nana makes some really good Christmas baking. I can't lie. And so I did. There were definitely about 3 days of not doing too well throughout Christmas. But the thing is 99% of the time, I was consistent, disciplined, and on plan. And I didn't let the bad days get to me. And I said no to going out with friends. That's the guy who wins. Dude, that's how I won. And how you can too. You just gotta want it that badly. So remember, just search within yourself. Maybe a feeling you never want to feel again. Or that the last time you wanted something that badly, and apply it to getting your dream body. Because guys, it is not that hard. You can do it. I did it and you can too. Okay? Please remember to like and subscribe, because I will be making a ton more videos on how you can achieve your dream body as well. Thanks so much for watching, guys.